Hey, what's up you guys? It is Tyler, and today I am going to be talking about fitness and depression. So I actually already filmed this video once, but it was during one of my lows. I was feeling pretty depressed and I thought that would be a good time to film it, but the video ended up being all over the place and I didn't want you guys to think I was having a mental breakdown, so I decided to just kind of review that footage, take some key points, get my thoughts together, and remake the video. So that's what this is. Also, if my beard looks really intense, it's because I just dyed it today. Video on that either coming soon or it's already up. If it's already up, I will link it somewhere. So fitness as a lifestyle or even as a hobby is a big commitment. One that rewards consistency and takes a lot of both mental and physical energy and just general effort. And depression is a mood disorder that causes persistent sadness and a loss of interest. So personally, when I get really depressed, I won't leave the house for weeks. I will literally stay in bed for periods of over 24 hours. And I won't eat. I won't even realize that I'm not eating. In other videos, I've talked about how I keep a daily to-do list. So when I'm very depressed and I'm trying to help myself get better and pull myself out of it, my to-do list will be things literally like shower or eat breakfast, brush your teeth. Very, very basic level functioning things, but those make the list in those times. Just to give you an idea of how non-functional I am when I'm very depressed. So fitness is very demanding, it needs a lot of attention, needs a lot of effort, and depression is these are very conflicting things to have in your life. So it can be difficult. So we're going to talk about that today and just sort of how I navigate those two things simultaneously and try to live, my best life and be fit and be healthy while also managing my depression. So an upside to being passionate about fitness while dealing with depression is that staying in the gym and keeping a clean diet really helps. So if I notice myself being very depressed, the gym and fitness, in general, are just kind of my go-to life fixes for when I'm feeling very depressed. When I'm trying to get back in track and back in the swing of things, the first thing I'm gonna do is get back on a solid gym schedule. Because exercise equals endorphins and you're feeling good. And of course, healthy eating equals energy, and just fitness helps you stay motivated for other things in your life. When I wake up early in the morning and the first thing that I do is hit the gym, the rest of my day is so much easier to be productive. So in that sense, it really helps. It can really help pull me out of a depressive episode. But one of the major downfalls of this is that fitness, or the lack thereof, can be a major trigger for my depression. So, for example, if I'm injured or I'm sick or I'm traveling and I can't keep my schedule or I can't eat right, it's hard for me to deal with. And it can really spiral out pretty quickly. Especially when I'm injured and I can't go to the gym, then I fall off track with my diet in a few days, and then after that everything else just goes out the door, and the next thing I know, I'm in bed for 3 days straight. It's a slippery slope. That's really the biggest downfall, is that my mental illness does heavily rely on my ability to be fit. And I am a human being with a body that is disintegrating as every day goes by. So obviously for the rest of my life, I'm not gonna be able to stay in the gym. So that's something that I should take care of. So some solutions that I'm figuring out and trying to implement to help me with that is, one, finding a non-physical activity hobby. So something outside of fitness that I can do to make me feel better. I was thinking something very hands-on, like woodworking would be cool. Where I could make stuff and then I'd have a finished product and be proud of that. Also, it would be something that I wouldn't want to try to turn into a job or maybe necessarily even show anyone, because then there'd be no expectations. It would be for nobody but myself, which is why making videos and YouTube doesn't work for this, because it's for a lot of people and I love that. But I need to try to find something that can be my own thing, that is just more of a meditation activity rather than I'm trying to create something to showcase. Another big thing that I've been doing and that has been helping is literally just recognizing when I am depressed. I know that sounds pretty straightforward, but it's not like there's like a light bulb that goes on, you know, when it happens. Sometimes for a long time, I didn't even realize it when it was going on. It wasn't until I got out of it that I realized, oh my God, looking at the way I lived the last 3 weeks, I was not okay. And so now I'm learning to recognize the signs of, okay, I'm in a depression, like, okay, I haven't showered for 3 days, and I am someone who very much appreciates hygiene and finds the shower being very peaceful. Like, so whenever it's been a few days without me showering, then I'm like, okay, that's a sign. Or if I haven't been eating and I don't even notice that I'm hungry, that's a sign. And then of course, just how I'm feeling. But that's kind of a hard one to figure out, because I feel like with being on hormones, my levels are kind of unpredictable. But once I consistently start feeling like shit for like multiple days, then I know that something is up and it's not just like close to shot day or whatever. Honestly, just recognizing the fact that I'm depressed at all can help me take steps to help myself get through it. And then of course, I just have to remind myself that taking breaks from the gym is not going to ruin all of my progress. And in some cases, it actually helps me go back feeling stronger and more energized and well rested. For example, last year, I had a back injury and I was out of the gym for 3 months. And I was absolutely devastated, and it was really hard for me to get back into it. But once I did, you know, even with those 3 months being out of the gym, last year, I feel like I made the most fitness progress in a year than I have, well, since my first year on T. I hit like a lot of really big milestones, and it was a good year fitness-wise, despite that not even being the only time I had to be out of the gym. I was out of the gym several times last year, but you know, I just get back into it. And over time, as long as I know that I'm continuing to try and take steps forward, I just have to remind myself that progress isn't linear and that there are going to be ups and downs. As long as the end result is better than where I started, I'm doing okay. So if you are someone who struggles with depression and you have a highly demanding hobby or lifestyle or some kind of responsibility that you feel like suffers because of your depression, maybe these tips can help you. Hopefully they can. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Wait, also thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Guys, if you want extra content, extra stuff, click over to Patreon below and you'll see some cool stuff over there. You might like some of it, you might fucking not. That's all I have for you. Goodbye.